Oh, we're doing a review, right? Yeah, I was kind of hacking into Chicago using CTOS.
Jesus Christ.
But that's a fantastic segue because we're here to talk about Watch Dogs on the.
Fantastic was your word.
Oh, fantastic! Come on, it was overly hyped.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah, it was overly high. Very well done.
Yes.
Now you've given me a good segue I can work with. All right. So let's lay the foundations for our review of Watch Dogs.
Yes.
I'm gonna channel an Ubisoft producer. Bear with me. So it's 2009. Saints Row 2's come out, and a lot of people like it. It's got a lot of good elements. The third one's coming out, but we're not sure if the company's going to close down. We could make a Saints Row game, make it a little bit more serious business, take out some of like the sex jokes and stuff. But we put in meme humor because internet memes are funny. And Longcat is long. Longcat is so long. That's really funny. And we'll release it, and everyone will get overly carried away with the hype, and then make it a bigger deal than it needs to be.
I would say that's quite a good assessment. It is an amalgamation of all the things that you've said.
Yeah, it is. When people say it's a GTA clone, it's not. It's a Saints Row.
I say that's quite unfair.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of the real thematic kind of style of GTA series, but it's got everything to do with Saints Row. Lots of craziness going on, lots of things you can interact with, lots of, I guess, missions that appear out of the blue in the sense of the way the hacking works.
It's very impromptu. It is, yes, definitely.
And that's probably its greatest strength in any kind of meaningful way like that. But I would argue that probably the best thing about the game is the way you can approach each situation differently. You've got all the different options available to you. You can use your phone, you can use whatever it takes to complete the objective.
I'm surprised how well they put an emphasis on stealth as well. There are a lot of opportunities, for example, using blackouts to knock out entire power grids, going around knocking out foes instead of having to kill them, or slip past them undetected by using cameras.
And that's the thing, like, one of the missions, I didn't even actually touch anyone. I literally used the camera to hack.
It's the Deus Ex syndrome.
The problem I find with the game is he's not a relatable character. Yeah, at the start of the game, something bad happens.
Yes.
But he's effectively robbing people, so you can't feel
There is a bit of moral grey area, especially when you're using your phone to cause traffic accidents and things like that. So it is a bit questionable in that sense.
I find it really hard to relate to Aiden because he strikes me as someone who suffers from autism. You can't relate. He's being told by his sister all these things about the niece and things like that, and he's kind of staring off into space like he's just not. He just can't handle what's going on. It's not a case of I'm brooding. He looks vacant.
He does feel unaffected to a certain degree, despite the lengths the game goes through to emphasize his grief.
And not to mention the moral ambiguity of like robbing whoever you want. Like there's no good or bad for like stealing money out of people's bank accounts.
Well, it's just life.
It's just life.
Yeah.
But
Shit
I don't know.
happens.
Look, when it's all said and done, if you go into it with the idea that you're going to play a game that's a bit of fun, it's open world, the hacking's a bit of, like people coming into your world is a great and it's a bit of a distraction, you'll enjoy it. But if you come into it with like game of the generation expectations, you will be bitterly disappointed.
I think the rule of thumb is that disregard the entire hype and you'll find a pretty enjoyable experience. Not a 9 or 10 out of 10, but good nonetheless. Now back to my phone.
Assassin's Creed, second one should be good.